If you want more FIFA content from me, I'm now uploading exclusive videos to Patreon. The link for that is down below. And if you want to avoid the random lottery that is FIFA points, you can go straight to the source with u7buy.com. And of course, you can use the code TVM at checkout to get yourself a discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to 6 o'clock content. Hope you're having a great lockdown. And with that being said, hopefully there's someone in the Vancouver offices to actually push the content button today, because otherwise we're not going to... I mean, we've got swaps, right? I think last time they released swaps, they didn't release anything the next day in terms of content because they just assumed everyone would be busy with swaps. It would be nice to get something, but I'm not going to complain in the slightest if we don't get anything. We have been given a Player Moments Hector Bellerin. Interesting that they've not really gone for that and given him... what, I don't know, 89, 90 rated card. They've given him an 87. There's only one segment, though. Prediction being 2 Inform's 85 rated team, for example. I think that would be too expensive if they did do that, though, because that isn't a particularly great card. I'm not saying it's a bad card. 3-star, 3-star, high work rates, which is actually quite good. Insane pace and sprint speed, which you would expect. Decent agility, balance, reactions, ball control, dribbling, not great on composure. I don't think it matters this year anyway. Decent short passing. The defensive stats are, they're good, they're solid, but nothing too crazy there. Insane stamina, love to see that. It's not a bad card, but you'd expect that to be quite cheap. I'm dreading this. I don't know why. I don't want to complain about it. Oh my god. I'm out. No, I'm sorry. I just don't. What? Hang on. Let me just have a look to see if there's anything else, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more. I just take 5 Rare Electrum. That was there anyway. I forgot to do that actually yesterday. There was so much to do. We've got an Amcal kit which looks dreadful. I'm not moaning for the sake of moaning. I don't care about the kits. I mean, that's probably like an 81, 82 rated team anyway, right? 77 rated team. That's better. Hey, it's better than I thought it was going to be. I just double check to see if we've got anything. I doubt we have anything else in players or anything. An 86 rated team for that that card though. I mean, to me, first glance, initial thought process is that it's not a good SBC because I feel like it's going to be a little bit too expensive. But maybe he fits your team. Maybe it's a card you're after. Maybe it's a card that you think you could get some use out of. So that's going to be today's content. Will I complete that Bellerin? To be honest, I'm actually tempted to. I don't need him, as you can see. That's my Prem team, for instance. We have Trent at right back, so he's actually... I mean, he might be better than Trent on paper, I don't know, but Trent is higher rated. He's a Liverpool player. I'm a Liverpool fan. It just makes sense for me to keep Trent. I've got a Red Robertson on the left, so again, there wouldn't be any point in me playing out of position, so I don't personally need him on this account. I would be tempted to do it in the name of content, but I would also be very tempted to learn how much an 86 rated team actually costs. A lot of people are happy with this SBC. Maybe just me then. Maybe just me. I mean, for me, right, the stats on that card, like I said, they're not bad. I didn't say they were bad. I just think that they are average. I think that should have been a 60k. For all I know, an 86 rate team is actually 60k. I don't really know. I don't know. Let me have a look. Let me just have a look at this. So, Quaresma, for example, right? Yesterday or the day, was it yesterday? He is going for 95k. Right? That's how much it's going to cost you roughly. And that's an 85 rated team, but with 2 informs. So an 86 rated team, realistically, is going to be around the same price. It has to be, surely. If not, maybe a little bit more. Maybe I'm being stupid there in saying that. What was Banega? Banega, 2 squads, 2 85 rated teams. So an 85 rated team with an inform is 90,000 coins. And yeah, the other one is 95k. So we're looking at over 100,000 coins for this then, surely. Does Neymar have an 86 rated squad? That's the question I'm asking. He does. 86 and an inform is 130,000. 87 rated team is 170 to 180,000. So we're probably looking at around, what, 115, 120k? that to me is too expensive. Like, if you can argue all you want that on the market that card would be that card would be 150k, 200k, whatever you want, but I just don't see it personally. And I'm gonna go and have a look. We're gonna have a little comparison now. We're gonna see if we can find a right back out there who is of similar price, quality, and you can buy on the market right now. Of course, we need to look at players who are in the Premier League really to get a solid comparison, but like Kyle Walker's 86, and we'll have a look at his headliner, which is technically still dynamic, but at the same time there's no football on, so is it? I don't know. Let's have a look at Kyle Walker's price. Okay, I own this card, by the way. I don't like it, but see, now when you compare that to Bellerin is actually good value for money, because that Kyle Walker card, in my opinion, and I've said, if you don't follow the road to, well, the road to glory is finished now, but when the road to glory was a thing, if you followed that, you'll know that I don't like Kyle Walker in game. I don't feel like he's agile enough. He feels very rigid. His reactions are quite bad. So I would imagine Bellerin is going to be a hell of a lot better. And he's 150-something thousand coins. The headliner, which is technically dynamic, but like I said, there's no football on right now, so who knows if and when that will be dynamic again. But that's between 266 and 300k. You've got to remember that it is dynamic, so that's why we can get rid of those two. What I want to do is compare. Where is my comparison? I want to compare my Trent, because I've got a... I don't know, I don't have a feeling or anything. I just want to know how good that is. So my Trent is head and shoulders better. I say mine, you know, Trent Player of the Month card is head and shoulders better in terms of in-game stats there. Let me just make that a little bit bigger for you. So in terms of the in-games, you've got 2,210 to 2,345. So you can go through it and see who's better at what, and you know, like shot power, does it really make a difference for a fullback? Probably not. Long shots, again, do they really matter for a fullback? Not really. Volleys the same, penalties the same. But then we start getting into the nitty gritty. So short passing, albeit by 2 points, but Trent is better. He's better at free kicks. For me, that's irrelevant. Crossing, 96 to 86, that's much better. Vision is better by 10. Curve is better by load, but again, does it really matter? Long passing, again, is better by load. Sometimes you may need it, sometimes you may not. Agility, so this is where Bellerin starts to claw some of it back. So he's better, he's more agile, he's going to be shorter as well, obviously, so that's going to give him a big edge. His balance is better. Reactions go to Trent, ball control goes to Trent, dribbling, albeit by 2, but it still goes to Bellerin. Composure's better by 5. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's an even contest really in terms of everything up until the defensive stats so far. I would say that Trent beats Bellerin for the majority of things. It's the agility and the movement that you're going to get from Bellerin that you won't get from the likes of Trent. Now, in terms of defensive stats, we are very similar across the board here. The only thing that Trent is really better at than Bellerin is the heading, because obviously, I say obviously, I don't know how tall Bellerin is. He's 5'10", so how tall is... Hang on, wait, I'm sending you round the merry-go-round here. How tall is Trent? Is he 5'10" as well? I've got a funny feeling he is 5'10". Really? You're going to give me... Tent. Brilliant. Trent. There we go. Tent Arnold. Is he 5'10"? He's 5'11". Oh, he's massive. He's huge. He's so much bigger than Bellerin. No, he's better in the air. And they're roughly the same height anyway. And the defensive stats are actually very, very similar. I believe this Trent card was 200? 250? If memory serves. I mean, I'm completely going off memory now. There we go, 250. Yeah, in fact he was above 250. So I mean, my mind has been changed, and the physical stats all go to Bellerin. You know, marginal or not, they all go to Bellerin. So I'll hold my hands up there. Weak foot goes to Trent, but I don't think you're going to care as a fullback too much. I'll hold my hands up, and there they are, both of them for you to see. Bellerin is actually good value for coins. I'm going back on my word, because originally I was a bit outraged, but having looked at the comparison between Bellerin and Trent, I actually think Bellerin would be a better card to use in game, if for that particular position at least. I know Trent has a shapeshifter that you can use in midfield or whatever, but in terms of a fullback, I actually think Bellerin is value. And for that reason, I'm going to do it right now. If everyone has turned off and gone away, you are the real people that I appreciate, because you will sit there and listen to my reasoning. And I'm not the type of person to just stick to my guns, even though in my head I'm thinking, oh, I've actually got this wrong. But I'll stick to my guns anyway, because I'll look stupid otherwise. No, I'm more than happy to look stupid if I am actually in the wrong. We might as well use João Cancelo, because I'm never going to use him again now I've got Bellerin and Trent. I am more than happy to admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong there. He is actually very good value. I mean, unless you can fit him in your team, obviously there's not really an awful point doing it, but I've got the likes of Ramos, PK, who in my opinion are both still very usable, and I've got an icon as well, so we can easily link Bellerin into a team, even if I don't go with a Premier League team, and I'm sure most of you have got someone you can link in as well. So let me just quickly get this done. And as I said, I'm glad that you've stayed to watch me complete this, because this is what I do. I mean, I'll look at it and I'll make a snap judgment, and then I'll look at it logically, and I will change my mind. Well, maybe I will change my mind, but I did on this occasion. That looks like overkill actually to me, but it's not. It is right on the threshold. I bought PK and I bought Neto, probably the two worst players to try and buy, because they are so commonly bought for not League SBCs, but SBCs, that they are through the roof. That Suarez is untradeable. In fact, the whole thing, apart from PK and Neto, who I just bought, every single one of them are untradeable. So I've got the Player of the Month Suarez anyway, so I have absolutely no use for any of this. I can get that back if I want to complete La Liga again. Not a big deal. I'm actually about 3 teams away from La Liga. So there it is. Hector Bellerin completed. Now, do I think that's worth it? Yes. On reflection, I really, really do. I honestly, I thought that's too expensive. I thought there's no way that card on the market is less than or more than 100k. But then when you look at just comparing him to Trent, it's just so obvious that that is a good value card, because Trent was 250,000 coins at least. And this is, I mean, effectively that cost me about 40k, because I actually went out and spent about 40,000 coins. But in actual value, it'll probably end up coming in fact, I could probably tell you, in actual value, this is currently coming in at 120-ish thousand coins, which to me is about right. And for that to be 130,000 coins cheaper than what that Trent was, and very much on par in nearly every department. I say nearly every department. I know Trent is probably a little bit better, but in terms of the meta, I think Hector Bellerin could be a very, very good card. And there will be a review out of him as well. I'm happy with it. I am very happy. I don't know what chem style to use though, so let me know what chem style you would put on Bellerin in the comments. And of course, if you're going to complete him as well. If you have enjoyed the big U-turn, then do me a favour and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.